What's up guys, welcome back to another video. This week it is Team of the Week 28 prediction time. That's it, we're back for another one. This week has been international break, so all the players that we're talking about today have played in international friendlies or World Cup qualifiers, and they'll be featuring in this week's Team of the Week. This video is brought to you by SAF GG, and I'm your host, Harrison JH. As per usual, we are starting from the back and we are working our way to the front. It's a quick back. There's only two defenders and a goalkeeper, so let's get through them. First up, we have Mexican goalkeeper, World Cup hero back in the day, Ochoa. They drew 0-0 to the USA. Obviously, USA is a big team in the World Cup qualifiers over there in North America. And Ochoa had 6 saves and an 8.3 match rating with a clean sheet, which saved Mexico dearly. And they actually won their next game as well, which we're going to speak about later in the video. This week was very hard to slot some defenders in there. I'll run off a few that could have been in it. Jordi Alba, unfortunately, has had a Team of the Week 2 recently. Daley Blind, we have another Dutch fellow in the Team of the Week later on that we'll talk about. And also Nathan Ake can't be in the Team of the Week. Lindelof is a contender, but Quaison scored the goal to win them the match. The player we are featuring from my beloved England and Manchester United is Luke Shaw from left back. He scored a goal and got an 8.4 match rating, which is very nice. And as per usual, you get a goal as a defender, you're slotting into the Team of the Week. Next up, we have another goal scoring defender, and he is from South Korea. Kim Young-won scored a goal and got a 7.99 match rating for Korea against Iran. The final score was 2-0. He also kept a clean sheet, so we're slotting him into this week's Team of the Week. Alright, that's enough for defenders. Let's move on quickly. We've got a good midfielder coming up right now. We know it's only friendlies, but a 93rd minute winner counts for something, right? The man from Monaco, the French international, Tchouameni, scored the 93rd minute winner for his national team to win 2-1 against Ivory Coast. That could make it his 3rd in form of this year's FIFA. He managed a 7.8 match rating, and his goal, I'm slotting him into this week's Team of the Week. Next up, we have our 3rd 86 rated player of the video. We head over to the Portuguese League for a Portuguese player who still actually has a Brazilian gold card in the game. It's strange how EA haven't updated that. They also haven't updated Antonio from England to Jamaica. I don't know how they're getting around that, but sure. The player we are talking about is Octavio from the Portuguese national team. They won 3-1 against Turkey. Octavio scored a goal and also an assist. He managed an 8.0 match rating and secured the man of the match as well. Next up, we have a very tricky one and a player you guys want to hear. I know you want to hear Lionel Messi's name for the Argentinian team. He scored a goal and got a 9.3 match rating. Absolutely class. We then have Di Maria, who got a goal and assist and an 8.5 match rating. But the player we are going for got 2 assists from the DM position and an 8.3 match rating is Rodrigo de Paul. Now, you might be wondering why. Our reasoning for this is because to Messi to get a 2nd in form, 1 goal probably isn't enough. Could EA still include him? Very much so. They very much could, because this Team of the Week is looking a bit shaky. But our choice, I'm going for DePaul. He also has a 1 to watch. Let's finally give it a boost. Although I could see Di Maria also getting a card, an 89 rated central card. Woo, let's go. It is from the same club as Rodrigo de Paul, funnily enough, as well. Atletico Madrid. We have Hector Herrera with an assist and a very good performance against Honduras. Mexico ended up getting 18 shots. Only 3 on target, unfortunately, but 18 shots and 68% possession. And Hector was a main man in their midfield, holding up the play and doing everything for the team. A few more pace and 1 more shooting, and that bloke is Hulk Gang as well. And not a terrible card. As I spoke about earlier in the video, we had a few Dutch defenders that I gave a miss because I've got this Dutch attacker in here right now. With 2 goals and an 8.5 match rating at striker as well. Unfortunately, it is going to be his 2nd position change in form, and that is Bergwijn from Spurs and the Dutch national team. He got an 8.5 match rating, 2 goals, very class. Unfortunately, we won't see a dynamic image on his card, so he can't do his celebration, but he is one of the main men for this Team of the Week, and he doesn't look too shabby. With 3 cards remaining, I know you guys were waiting for this one. Everyone was expecting this one. Unfortunately, he has a better special card that is already a striker, but we like to see it. as per usual, Wales, golf, repeat, it is Gareth Bale. He managed an 8.7 match rating and 2 goals for Wales. Bale scored the only 2 goals for the national team, Wales against Austria. Absolutely class game from himself, and this is the Gareth Bale we love to watch. It'll be interesting where he ends up next season. Hopefully he can find the afterburners and keep kicking on wherever he ends up. Next up, we have a 5-0 victory to Kostov over Burkina Faso. This is another attacker that stole the show from the defenders. Volvoda could have got one with a goal and a clean sheet. Alita could have got one with a goal and an 8.2 match rating and a clean sheet also. That's 2 defenders that I wasn't able to pick because Rashika got a goal and 2 assists, and you can't leave that out. He managed to get a 9.0 match rating, and we are putting him as our featured team of the week. Now, I hope Cal, my boss, is very happy with a Norwich player featuring this week's team of the week. Our final card of the team of the week prediction is a chap from just over the water from me. It's Chris Wood, who scored a brace for New Zealand. They won 7-1 against New Caledonia in their World Cup qualifiers. They're still pushing. New Zealand are top of the group and doing very, very well. Doing much better than Australia, may I add. As mentioned, Wood came away with 2 goals and an 8.7 match rating to bring his beloved New Zealand the victory. That brings us to the end of the prediction for another week. I'm going to run through some contenders now that could maybe also get in. Another one I didn't mention earlier, but Neymar managed to get a goal for Brazil. Vinny Jr. managed to also get a goal for Brazil. This is a funny one, and I could see him getting involved, but I'm not too sure. Pulisic got 3 goals, obviously a hat trick. Obviously, EA are trying to ignore Chelsea players at the moment due to what's occurring with their owner. But hopefully Pulisic gets the card he deserves. After all, he did it for USA, not Chelsea. I know Huxley, the editor on this one, would like me to mention Odegaard, who also got a goal for Norway. It could be a very exciting team of the week. It depends who EA want to put into it. At the end of the day, I'd love for them to include both Messi and Neymar, but I don't see it happening. Fingers crossed we get at least one, but that is it for today's video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Make sure you do like and subscribe, and I will catch you on next week's Team of the Week prediction. Take care, guys. Peace.